Hey guys, what's up? It's Sebastian here, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down something very important. If you are interested in getting more dates, if you are interested in getting the kinds of dates that you're really satisfied with the women that you're attracted to, I'm going to be showing you how to consistently and predictably get at least 2 dates per week if this is your target, or if you want to just have 1 date per week or have a date whenever you want. This strategy is basically for you. It's a predictable method of meeting women and getting a lot of results. And this is a tried and tested method. This has been done by myself in the past for many years. And I coach this to my clients so that they get optimal results and so that they get results very quickly. Now, this works for you if you are a busy professional, you don't have a lot of time, you're thinking, you're not going to have a lot of time to invest into your dating life. It still works, it still gets a lot of results. Most of my clients, the people that I work with, are very busy professionals, guys who are at high levels, and they want to get pretty quick results with their dating lives. Let's dive right into this. If you are somebody who doesn't have any dates right now at the moment, by the way, if you want to change that, there is a link in the description of this video where you can check out my website. You can see the people that I worked with, the kinds of results that they're getting, and you might need a little bit of personalized advice, a program that is suited to your particular situation. If that's the case, check that link out because there's a lot of information on there. You can book yourself a call with me too. So let's get into the strategy. How do we get 2 days per week? Well, we combine 3 methods that have kind of been used in the past, but a lot of people use them sporadically, or to be honest, they only use one of them, and most of the time it is dating apps. Most people just use dating apps to meet women. And a lot of the time they think it's going to be the easiest way to meet women, but in reality, it's not the easiest way to meet women. It is actually probably the hardest way to meet women in the modern world right now. That's why it's the third thing that we're going to talk about. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Daygame, which simply refers to approaching women in any situation that you find yourself in. So for example, you might be going for a walk with your dog in the park, or you might be going to do some shopping, or you might just be wandering around town, just enjoying the scenes. You might be in a gallery, you might be in a museum, basically in any situation where you see a woman that you're attracted to and you take action. That's what's referred to as Daygame. Now, this can be implemented into your regular daily activities. Like I said, going shopping, going to the gym, just standard walking around. Or you can be a little bit more deliberate with this and specifically go out once or twice a week to approach women. That could be on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the busiest times. And this is where you're going to get the most results with this, really, if you do commit a couple of hours a week to doing this deliberately. From this, what I would expect somebody who knows how to approach women, who has confidence, who has a little bit of experience, who knows how to lead interactions and really relax the girls into the interactions. I would expect you from 3 hours per week, let's say 3 to 4 hours committed per week to this. You would probably be getting around 5 to 10 leads, so 5 to 10 girls who are actually single, who are responding to you, who want to go out on dates with you. So that's already better than 2 dates a week if we only do Daygame. And this is for somebody who's got relatively decent skills with women, 5 to 10 girls that want to go out on dates with you. If we just do Daygame and we do it well, twice a week, 4 hours, you're gonna get 5 to 10 girls who are interested in you. And I'm not just giving you this number out of nowhere. This is something that I've tested myself. This is something that we've tested with clients who have done this to a high level, who are actually really good at approaching women. And this isn't instantaneous, of course. You've got to get good. If you've got approach anxiety, of course, this is something that you would have to work on. And the best way to work through this is to actually do it, to experience it and to get better at it through practice. And this is something that we coach. This is something that we do quite intensely. We do this through a 3-day boot camp. So you get a lot of experience. Usually you approach around 60 women within those 3 days when you're going out with me. We record those interactions. We play them back to you. And even before that, we also play interactions for you so that you can see what works and what doesn't work, so that you understand the dynamics of how to do this well, how to not creep girls out, and how to do it with a lot of confidence. So that's the first thing that you'd have to do to get to this kind of 5 to 10 leads from a couple of sessions per week. Once we do that, we go to the second thing, and this is night game, which is going out to bars and clubs and doing a bit of street night game. This is basically a Friday or a Saturday night when girls are going out. You want to approach a lot of girls. You can do it during night game. The reason why it's second is because I say If you do struggle with approach anxiety, or if you have very little experience, night game is quite intense because there's loud music, there's a lot of other guys, people are kind of cramped together a lot of the time. So it can be a bit of an uncomfortable place to put somebody who's not got a lot of experience. And also, if you are a busy professional, you probably don't want to be staying out till 4 a.m. in the morning every single weekend because you're going to be tired the next day. And you probably don't want to waste half a day on, a hangover, for example, if you drink a couple of drinks and you're going to be tired, right? So this is something that a lot of guys do, and they also think, it's going to be easy because girls are going out. But a lot of the time, guys don't take enough action with night games. So you just get a drink, you stand around with your boys, you don't actually approach women, and this is a big, big mistake, which leads to more nerves than it actually does any good. But if you know how to do night game, if you know how to maneuver that situation, if you're doing your approaches and you're doing them well, I expect from one session you would probably get around 5 leads. 5 leads from doing some night game. And again, tried and tested, and we get responses from girls. And what's also good about night game is that you can actually pick up the girl on the night. So if you are looking to just kind of like date around casually, if you know how to do night game, you're going to get really great results with casual dating and just hooking up with girls. But of course, day game is the same. If you want to, casually date, you can get a lot of girls. It's a low pressure setting. There's basically no loud music. There's no girlfriends most often that are going to kind of like drag the girl away. You might have to deal with one friend or 2 friends, which is something that, again, we coach guys through so that they don't miss opportunities in case a girl is with a friend. But just bringing it back to night game, I would expect somebody who's good at night game, who's, either had coaching or he's just naturally confident or has been doing it for a while to begin, 5 leads. And these are not interactions where you're speaking to a girl for a minute, you're getting her number. These are interactions where you will speak with a girl for, 15, 20 minutes, and potentially logistically, it just doesn't work out to bring her back to your place or to go to her place because maybe she's with some friends, right? She won't abandon her friends. So you would expect to get a number at that situation and then text her, set up a date basically. Again, realistic numbers if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you maybe went out and you've got, 0 numbers, or you tried day game, you got 1 number in the girl flake. It's probably because you're not skilled at it. You don't really know what you're doing. So even if you've been doing it for a long time and you're making the same mistakes, you're probably not going to get any results. That's the reality of the situation. So you need to know what you're doing with these methods to actually get results. Finally, we go into dating apps. So dating apps, I put here 5 matches per week. That is reasonable. That is something that can be achieved. If you've got a good dating profile, you can get far more. Most guys that actually suck with dating apps is because they have really, really bad profiles. Okay. The other reality is, these are corporations that want you to pay money. So at the end of the day, a lot of the time you're not getting matches because it's something that wants you to pay. So they're kind of like limiting your reach with the girls that you really want. If you're just doing dating apps, you're getting frustrated, it's probably because you got a bad dating profile. If you have a good dating profile and you're still struggling on it, it can happen. The algorithm is working against men, not for them, to get the matches. And the other thing is, a girl will be getting, 100 matches per week, or sometimes, more. So even if you do text her, you're probably going down the pecking order as the day goes on, and she's not going to be spending 2 hours in the day just replying to every guy that she matches, So it's very much reliant on luck, which is why this is the 3rd method that I listed here. It is not my personal favorite method. My personal favorite method is day game, low pressure. You do it at your own day, at your own time. You're not going to be super tired the next morning because, you're not staying up till 4 a.m. like with night game. But basically, in terms of ranking, for me personally, this is how I coach it. Day game, we start with this because it's low pressure, it's good for beginners, and it's good for busy professionals. Night game is number 2, if you can do it once a week or maybe once a month. If you want to do casual dating life, this is kind of a good way to just meet girls on the same night and bring them back home. And then finally, if needed, if this is something that a person wants to do, we do help with dating apps and setting up a good profile, giving you a text and structure so that you know how to text girls. And then from there on, even if we're being pessimistic about this, let's say that you get, 5 numbers, and then you get, let's say you get, 3 numbers here, and then maybe you go 1 match per week. So that is what, 5, 8, 9 girls who are interested in going out on a date with you in 1 week. If you know what you're doing, and you're probably committing 4 hours to night game once a week, 2 hours to 3 hours to day game. And then dating apps, you're kind of doing that sporadically in the evening when you've got 10, 15 minutes, and you would use the text and structure that we give you to get a girl out on a date. All of that is dependent on how skilled you are and whether you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to get many results. That's just the reality of it. A lot of guys give up because they don't get results. They give up too soon. They don't know what to do. And that is the biggest problem. So just to finish off, this is to get 2 dates per week. Ultimately, if you don't want to have 2 dates per week, you just want to have a dating life where you're dating on your own terms. You have a lot of confidence. You choose who you date. Combine these 3 methods, particularly use the first one and then the second one sporadically if you are busy, and you're going to get a lot of results. And this is working internationally. You know, I led boot camps in Prague, in Warsaw, in Krakow, in London, in many cities across Europe. And we find that guys can really get a lot of success. And guys of all ages, by the way, not just, you know, guys in their 20s, not just guys who are like 6'2", 6'3". We're talking about normal looking dudes who have a lot of confidence, who know how to lead interactions with women, and who know how to set up dates and how to lead those dates. So it does work for a lot of people. And again, if you don't believe me, just click the link in the description, check out my website. You will see a lot of guys from different backgrounds of different ages getting a lot of results. One thing that I want to add about Daygame, guys, is that if you get good at Daygame, you legitimately will get 2 dates per week without needing night game or dating apps. You know, this is literally that powerful. As long as you're good at Daygame and you commit, you know, 3-4 hours per week, you're going to get those dates. And the great thing about it is once you get 2 dates, once you get, you know, let's say your 5 leads, you can have obviously second dates, third dates, and you can, you know, have a casual dating life from literally a couple of weeks of work doing Daygame. It's actually super simple. Most guys don't do it enough. Those that do it a lot and get no results usually make a lot of mistakes in conversation. They don't follow kind of like a strategy. They just kind of wing it, and they don't even know the mistakes that they're making. So, you know, if you are struggling with this, I highly recommend that you reach out to me, because I'll be able to help you and, you know, analyze your interactions and also do a little bit of game with you, show you some of my own interactions, and you'll be able to see what works and why it works. We'll do a proper breakdown. That is the strategy for getting 2 dates per week. If you want to build a rotation, this is also a really good method, because if you are looking to just date casually with, you know, 2-3 girls that you're seeing consistently, this is the best way to do it. If you are looking for a relationship, then of course this is the best way to do it as well, because you're going to be meeting women that you're actually attracted to. You know, using a combination of these, especially Daygame and night game, and you're going to be meeting a lot of women, so you can see who you're vibing with and who you're not vibing with, so you can make a really great decision as to who you're going to really commit to if you do want to get into a relationship. That's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You got a lot of value out of it. I highly recommend that you give this model a go. Of course, if you want to know how to execute each one of these things properly, have it optimized to get the most results, then reach out to me, click the link in the description, let's have a chat, and I will show you exactly how to do each one of these things. I will coach you through it, and you're going to get a lot of results. So that's it for this one. Thanks for staying with me for this long, and I'll see you in the next video.